So in this orientation, we're going to cover slides 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33. And the first one here is just the hybrid CEFR and CLIL methodology. CEFR is the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. And this creates a standards for language progression when you're teaching students, and you've got that depicted down here, A1 through B2. And they're spread along the grade and age trajectory here. What CLIL is content and language integrated learning. And so we're integrating language learning with actual academic content. And so across all the grade levels, we're actually using the academic topics to teach the language skills. And the purpose of this is to gradually move the students from a functional language topics, like, I like spaghetti and my name is Jeff. We're trying to move them over into more academic topics up here, and to do that in a gradual and comfortable way for them. And this graphic says many things. The graphic actually says many things. So here are these gradients. So you can imagine that from the CEFR standpoint, it takes about 180 hours to go. Well, this is not exactly according to the CEFR, but it's close. We've just evenly distributed these classroom hours among each of these levels. But it's very close to where in 3 years you get done with A1, and in another year and a half you get done with A2, another year and a half you get done with B1, and it takes about 2 years to get through B2. Now, if the student starts at a very early age, they have a long and not a very steep trajectory to reach that B2 proficiency level. But again, if the student starts in the 7th grade, then they have a much steeper climb if their beginning level would be like A1. Now you can see here that if the student is at the A1 starters level, they're really not qualified for any English-only academics at this level. But if they're into the A2, they can begin to perform actually in 2nd and 3rd grade content. If they actually have the A2 level, they can begin to perform maybe in some 4th and 5th grade. And a B1 you can perform in 6th grade material, and it requires a B2 level to really function well in the middle school curriculum. So this is rough. This is roughly a rough analysis of this process. And the last thing we'll say is that these dots represent 4 different levels of language learning, 4 different levels of difficulty. But it represents the exact same lesson. So what we've done in GEC is we've taken one lesson. It might be about animal needs maybe, and we've given it a A1 level lesson, a A2 level lesson, a B1 level lesson, and a B2 level lesson. And because we have these 4 lessons, we can adapt the students' lesson experience to their language level. And this is one of the main strategies that GEC has for adaptive learning and for teaching English more fluently across all the grade levels.